Not yet, and the time is nearly up. If only he doesn't. Ah, there he is. Come in. There's no one here.
I found a note from you at home. What does this mean?
Now, Nils, let us have a talk.
Was there anything else to understand except what was obvious all over? A heartless woman jilts a man when a more lucrative chance turns up?
Do you believe I am as absolutely heartless as all that?
If it were as you say, why did you write to me as you did at that time?
I could do nothing else, as I had to break with you. It's my duty also to put an end to all that you felt for me.
So that was it. All this only for the sake of money.
You must not forget that I had a helpless mother and two little brothers. We couldn't wait for you, Nils. Your prospects seemed hopeless then.
That may be so, but you had no right to throw me over for anyone else's sake.
Indeed, I don't know. Many a time I did ask myself if I had the right to do it.
When I lost you, it was as if all the solid ground went from under my feet. Look at me now. I am a shipwrecked man clinging to a bit of wreckage.
But help may be near.
It was near, but then you came and stood in my way.
Unintentionally, Nils. It was only today that I learned it was your place I was going to take in the bank.
I believe you if you say so, but now that you know it, are you not going to give it up to me?
No, because that will not benefit you in the least.
Oh, benefit. I would have done it whether or no.
I have learned to act prudently. Life and heart, bitter necessity have taught me that.
And life has taught me not to believe in fine speeches.
Then life has taught you something reasonable, but deeds you must believe in.
What do you mean by that?
You said you're like a shipwrecked man clinging to some wreck edge. Well, I am like a shipwrecked woman clinging to some wreck edge. No one to mourn for, no one to care for.
It was your own choice.
There was no other choice then. Nils, how would it be if we two shipwrecked people could join forces? Two on the same piece of wreck edge would stand a better chance than each on their own.
Christine,
What do you suppose brought me to town?
do you mean that you gave me a thought?
I could not endure life without work. All my life, as long as I remember, I have worked, and it has been my greatest and only pleasure, fully empty. And I feel so for a second. There is not the least pleasure in working for oneself. Nils, give me someone and something to work for.
I don't trust that. It is nothing but a woman's overstrained sense of generosity that prompts you to make such an offer of yourself.
Have you ever noticed anything that starts in me?
Could you really do it? Tell me, do you know all about my past life?
Yes.
And do you know what they think of me here?
You seem to imply that with me you might have been quite another man.
I am certain of it.
Is it too late now?
Christine, are you saying this deliberately? Yes, I am sure you are. I see it in your face. Have you really the courage then?
I want to be a mother to someone, and your children need a mother. We two need each other, Nils. I have faith in your real character. I can dare anything together with you.
Thank you, Christine. Now I shall find a way to clear my 70 years to the world. But I forgot.
Shh! Shh! The tarantella! Go!
Yes, I will go, but it is all no use. Of course, you are not aware of what steps I have taken in the matter of Hamlets.
I understand very well what lengths a man like you might be driven by despair.
If I could only undo what I have done.
You cannot. Your letter is tying in the letterbox now.
Is that what it all means? That you want to save your friend at any cost? Tell me frankly, is that it?
Nils, a woman who has once sold herself for another's sake doesn't do it for a second time.
I will ask for my letter back.
No.
Yes, of course I will. I will wait here until Hammer comes. I will tell him he must give me my letter back, that it only concerns my dismissal, that he is not to read it.
No, Nils, you must not recall your letter back.
Very well, if you will take the responsibility. But there's one thing I can do in any case, and I shall do it at once.
You must be quick and go. The dance is over. We're not safe a moment longer.
I will wait for you below.
Yes, do. You must see me back to my door. What a difference. Someone to work for and live for, a home to bring comfort into. That I will do indeed. I wish they would be quick and come. There they are now. I must put on my things.
No, don't take me in. I want to go upstairs again. I don't want to leave so early.
But my dearest Nora,
Please, Tolbert, dear, please, only an hour more.
not a single minute, my sweet Nora. You know that was our agreement. Come along into the room. You're catching cold standing there.
Aren't you tired, Tolbert?
No, not in the least.
No sleepy?
Not a bit. On the contrary, I feel extraordinarily lively. And you really look tired and sleepy.
Yeah, I'm very tired. I want to go to sleep at once.
There, you see, it was quite right of me not to let you stay there any longer.
Everything you do is quite right, Tolbert.
Now my little skylark is speaking reasonably. Did you notice what good spirits Rag was this evening?
Really? Was he? I didn't notice him at all.
And I very little, but I have not for a long time seen him in such a good form. It is delightful to me, at home by ourselves again, to be all alone with you, you fascinating, charming little darling.
Don't look at me like that, Tolbert. Hey,
Why shouldn't I look at my dearest treasure, at all the beauty that is mine, all my very own?
you mustn't say things like that to me tonight.
You have still got the tarantula in your blood, I see, and it makes you more captivating than ever. Listen, the guests are beginning to go now. Nora, soon the whole house will be quiet.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes, my own darling Nora. Do you know, when I'm out at a party with you like this, why I speak so little to you, keep away from you, and only send a stolen glance in your direction now and then? Do you know why I do that? It is because I make believe to myself that we are secretly in love, and you are my secretly promised bride, and that no one suspects there is anything between us.
Yes, yes, I know very well your thoughts are with me all the time.
And when we are leaving, and I am putting the shawl over your beautiful young shoulders, on your lovely neck, then I imagine that you are my young bride and that we have just come from the wedding, and I'm bringing you for the first time into our home to be alone with you for the first time. Quite alone with my shy little darling.
Go away, Tolbert. You must let me go. I won't.
What's that? You're joking, my little Nora? You won't? You won't? Am I not your husband?
You hear?
Who is it?
It is I. May I come in for a moment?
Oh, what does he want now? Wait a minute! Come, that's kind of you not to pass by our door.
I thought I heard your voice and felt as if I should like to look in. Ah, yes, these dear familiar rooms. You are very happy and cozy in here, you two.
It seems to me that you looked after yourself pretty well upstairs too.
Excellently. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't one enjoy everything in the world? At any rate, as much as one can, and as long as one can. The wine was capital.
Especially the champagne.
So you notice that too. It is almost incredible how much I managed to put away.
Tolbert drank a great deal of champagne tonight too.
Did he?
Yes, and he is always in such a good spirits afterward.
Well, why shouldn't one not enjoy a merry evening after a well spent day?
Well spent, I'm afraid I can't take credit for that.
Ah, but I can, you know.
Dr. Rang, you must have been occupied with some specific investigations today.
Exactly.
Just listen, little Nora talking about scientific investigations.
And may I congratulate you on the result?
Indeed, you may.
Was it favorable then?
The best possible for both doctor and patient, certainty.
Certainty?
Absolute certainty. So, wasn't I entitled to make a merry evening of it after that?
Yes, you certainly were, Dr. Rang. Holmes, I think so too, so long as you don't have to pay it in the morning.
Ah, well, one can't have anything in this life without praying for it.
Dr. Rang, are you fond of fancy dress balls?
Yes, if there is a fine lot of pretty costumes.
Tell me, what shall we to wear at the next?
Little Featherbrain, are you thinking of next already?
We too? Yes, I can tell you. You shall go as good as very.
Yes, but what do you suggest as an appropriate costume for that?
Let your wife go dressed just as she is in everyday life.
That was really very prettily turned. But can't you tell us what you will be?
Yes, my dear friend, I have quite made up my mind about that.
Well,
At the next fancy dress ball, I shall be invisible.
ha, that's a good joke.
Here is a big black hat. Have you never heard of hats that make you invisible? If you put on one, no one can see you.
Yes, you are quite right.
But I am clean forgetting what I have came for. Herma, give me a cigar. One of the dark heaviness?
With the greatest pleasure.
Thank you.
Let me give you a light.
Oh, thank you. And now goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, dear old man.
Sleep well, Dr. Rank.
Thank you for that wish.
Wish me the same.
You? Well, if you want me to sleep well, and thanks for the light.
He has drunk more than he ought.
Maybe. Tovel, what are you going to do there?
Emptying the letterbox. It is quite full. There'll be no room to put the newspaper in tomorrow morning.
Are you going to work tonight?
You know quite well I'm not. What is this? Someone has been at the lock.
At the lock?
Yes, someone has. What can it mean? I should never have taught the maid. Here is a broken hairpin. Nora, it is one of yours.
Then it must have been the children.
Then you must get them out of those ways. There, at last I have got it open. Helen, put out the light over the front door. Look at that. Look what a heap of them there are. What on earth is that?
The letter. No, Tovel, no.
2 cards of ranks.
Of Dr. Ranks?
Dr. Rank. They were on the top. He must have put them in when he went out.
Is there anything written on them?
There is a black cross over the name. Look there. What an uncomfortable idea. It looks as if he were announcing his own death.
It is just what he is doing.
What? Do you know anything about it? Has he said anything to you?
Yes, he told me that when the cards came, it would be his leave taking from us. He means to shut himself up and die.
My poor old friend. Certainly I knew we should not have him very long with us. But so soon! And so he hides himself away like a wounded animal.
If it has to happen, it is best it should be without a word. Don't you think so, Tovel?
He had so grown into our lives. I can't think of him as having gone out of them. He, with his sufferings and his loneliness, was like a cloudy background to our sunlit happiness. Well, perhaps it is best so, for him anyway, and perhaps for us too. Nora, we two are thrown quite upon each other now. My darling wife, I don't feel as if I could hold you tight enough. Do you know, Nora, I have often wished that you might be threatened by some great danger so that I might risk my life's blood and everything for your sake.
No, you must read your letters, Tovel.
No, not tonight. I want to be with you, my darling wife.
With the thought of your friend's death?
You are right. It has affected us both. Something ugly has come between us, the thought of the horrors of death. We must try and rid our minds of that. Until then, we will each go to our own room.
Good night, Tovel. Good night.
Good night, my little singing bird. Sleep sound, Nora. Now I will read my letters through.
Never to see him again. Never. And never to see my children again either. Never again. Never. Ah, the icy black water, the unfathomable depths. If only it were over. He has got it now. Now he is reading it. Goodbye, Tovel and my children.
Nora?
Ah, Helma, what is this? Do you know what is in this letter?
Yes.
Yes, I know. Let me go. Let me go out.
Where are you going?
You shan't save me, Torval.
True? Is this true that I read here? Horrible! No, no, it is impossible that it can be true.
It is true. I have loved you above everything else in the world.
Oh, don't let us have any silly excuses.
Let me go. You shall not suffer for my sake. You shall not take it upon yourself.
No tragic airs, please. Here you shall stay and give me an explanation. Do you understand what you have done? Answer me. Do you understand what you have done?
Yes, now I am beginning to understand thoroughly.